Hey, hi, and welcome. Did that fix it? Look at the glare out. I don't get it. I really don't get it, guys. Hopefully I'm not completely wiped out. I think my camera's dying on me. All right, okay, so this, I guess, will be the final, because there's so many things I could say about the why you shouldn't follow the MGTOW and the black-pilled and red-pilled community guys. They're giving out a lot of bad advice for people. If you like the pickup, remember the pickup artist guys? Those guys were the worst. It's like, okay, yeah, let's just contribute to the problem, you know. And but okay, where do you meet somebody? This is probably the $64 million question, because it's like, okay, I get what you're saying. The videos are great. Okay, yeah, and I agree with you. But where the hell do I find this woman? Okay, so first off, we're going to say don't listen to MGTOW. They make good conclusion. They make good observations, but very bad conclusions. Stepping away from society doesn't help society. Won't help you. We see what society's like now as men are stepping away from it, and it's burning and crumbling. Are these men any happier? No. The suicide rates tell me that no, men are not happy. The suicide rates also tell me women are not happy. People alone are not happy. You know, you can be content being single. That's not the same thing as being alone. You can be in a relationship and still be alone. It has to do with, you know, we'll maybe dive into that in a later video or whatever, but you get the idea of what I'm getting at. So this video, like, is really, these videos were really geared towards, you know, particularly single young men that are, you know, not black-pilled, and they don't want to follow, you know, they don't, you know, like, you're hearing just bad stuff all the time, you know, which brings people down and all that. It makes them feel like everything's hopeless, but it's not. So you'd say, okay, great. I agree with you. Yes, I want to, I understand the pitfalls and the dangers of the modern dating world, especially with, no-fault divorce. I understand that, the Me Too thing, etc., etc. Okay, you understand that. Okay, and I'm a pretty good judge of character. I know what type of woman I'm looking for, everything like that. Okay, where do you find her? Like, where do you find it? And you'll hear women saying this, well, where are all the good men at? Well, they're all around you. There's good men and women everywhere. Like, it comes right back full circle to the whole thing I've been talking about. Learn how to form relationships. If you spend time, okay, rather than going to, first off, you're not going to find true love typically in a bar. That's always kind of been a thing. I don't ever remember. There's probably never been a generation that didn't, you know, wouldn't agree with, that would disagree with that statement. So when drugs and alcohol are involved, it's usually, you know, if you're going to be going after women that are drunk all the time, you know that's a red flag. So you don't want to go there. So where does that leave you? The supermarket. While walking up to a woman in the supermarket. Hi, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. It might work when you're 20 or something like that, when you're kind of handsome. And it might work against, it might work with some, younger women in your age bracket. But once you start getting 25 and older, you walk up to women you might get a person the size of the head. You get away from me, you fucking creep. And they'll be right. I remember there was a video last year, whatever, some lady with her kid, some guy walked up to her. And he's like, I just wanted to say hello to her. And like, he doesn't even understand, like, how creepy that actually is. You don't just do it like that. You know what I mean? You gotta, like, I can't teach you charisma. I can't teach you, to be a people person, it's timing, it's wittiness, it's charisma. But reading the opportunity. You got to know when the opportunity's there. So you're at the supermarket. You walk up to some girl, picking out some cold peas there, and you start talking to her. She might be a bit weirded out by that. But you're standing in line, and she drops her cold peas on the ground, and you pick them up for her, and you strike up a little conversation. That's fine, because the opportunity opened. I forget what country it is. It's one of the Eastern European countries. The big fad was a woman would walk by you and drop something on purpose, right? And then the guy, that was kind of like a signal to, to see if the guy, hopefully she didn't drop anything important, because if the guy wasn't paying attention, she'd lose that, whatever it was. But, It's kind of cute when you think it's kind of like Victorian era flirting. Drop the handkerchief. You know what I mean? Like that kind of. Like, how cute is that, right? But the thing is that there'll always be a signal, and for guys, like I say, be careful when a woman does make eye contact with. Doesn't necessarily mean, even though your instincts will say she's into me, it doesn't necessarily mean she's into you. It could mean that, but you don't just. Don't just take it to heart that that's what it means. But you can use it as an invite to open a conversation. You're no good at conversation. I'll tell you why you're no good at conversation. Oh, it's because I'm introverted. No, it's because you're antisocial. There's no such thing as an introvert. What it is okay. Let's say you grab some darts. You've never played darts before in your life, okay? And you're expected to hit the bullseye the very first throw with one dart. One throw, that's all you get. Right? Okay. There you go. You throw it and you hit the wall. You hit the waitress in the forehead. Whatever. You knock your buddy Larry off. You got him in the ear. Whatever. Why didn't you hit it? Well, it's the first time you ever fucking threw a dart. Okay, maybe the 10 after, it's like, okay, at least I'm on the board. I got the 1, I got the 3, I got the 5, I got the 18. Okay. And, after a couple of days of doing this, it's like, okay, 20, 20, 20, 0. 20, 20, 20, 0. You know what I mean? Why? Because you practice it. You get good at it. So why would something as simple as playing darts require a whole bunch of practice to get good at it, but interacting with people wouldn't require you to practice getting good at it? If you work retail, you have a golden opportunity. Now, retail sucks, but you have a golden opportunity to really work your charm, to really hone your skills. And it starts with what my metals teacher, Mr. Mazzaros, used to say. All the people that have been following this channel for years, they're sick of it. They're probably already repeating it, saying it out loud right now. Make eye contact with people when you talk to them, or you become a weirdo. Mr. Mazzaros used to sit there and he'd ask a question in the class. Okay, tell me the difference between ferrous and non-ferrous metals. And somebody would start blurting it out. Go, oh, I hear something. I can hear something, but nobody's making eye contact with me. Is there a weirdo in the room? Whatever. This guy was pretty funny. We used to razz him a lot. But he was right. Make eye contact with people when you talk to them, or you become a weirdo. So, yeah, but I'm so scared. Blah, blah, blah. Take your hand. Flatten it out. Behind your head. Pick a spot. Do that. Get over it. You have to do it. How do you do it? Well, you got to crawl before you walk. You got to walk before you run. First off, if you start making eye contact with women, you're going to start, no matter what. If you're listening to that, well, yeah, but I'm only a 5, or like the looks rating thing. It's like, there was one girl, I think she summed it up best. She goes, you're either attractive or you're not. There's no 1 and 5, and, she's a 10, or, yeah, you're either attractive or you're not. Either somebody's attracted to you, or they're not. Right? And yes, on first initial sighting of somebody, you can make a judgment, I'm not attracted to that person. That's why the women swipe left. One woman even summed it up. She's like, I probably, like the dating apps, because I probably swiped the love of my life, away like 100 times and not realized it. Because you're just judging them on looks. Why? Because it's online. What are you judging on? A small write-up and a picture. That's it, right? So that's what they're judging on. And you know what I mean? Does that make sense to you? That wouldn't work. Like they're just judging. They don't know what your personality. Okay, they can see what you wrote. Okay, you wrote something funny. Okay, well, you didn't write very much. Do I like his picture? Do I not? That's the way the women are looking at it. I can almost guarantee you, 90% of the women that swipe left on people, I've never been on Tinder, so I'm understanding that if they swipe left, it's bad. If they don't like it, they're not interested in it. They swipe right, they're interested in it. That's what okay. And people base that on humanity's fucked because of this one action of one website that isn't really a good barometer to judge how women judge men. Like, it really isn't, guys. And because the women that are swiping left, okay, they're just doing it based on your looks. right? Now, most women are relatively attractive, and men tend to be more generous on that. I guess we'll see if we can get one more video done here, but